Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be combining some vinyl and floral elements. I was putting my vinyl away and I have already used this on another tumbler that I will not be posting for quite a while because I'm doing a series. But this is Aztec 2 from Glamour Tried Vinyl. So a little strip of it is cut off at the top, but this stuff, it is gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. And I was just so happened to be just stacking these up, and these two kind of aligned with each other, and holy cow, look at how gorgeous those colors are together. Look at that. Beautiful. This is a element sheet that recently released with Gracefully Created. And to get both of these and a good bit of both, I want to use this strip here. Along with this, I'll probably cut this midsection out, or either this one down here at the bottom, and align them on a 32-ounce plump. Like so. And in order to do that, we need a background for this. And the most difficult part of this is that I don't want to use black, because then some of this will be kind of, look at this glitter, will be kind of blacked out. Is that what you would call it? You wouldn't be able to see it really good because it's super, super dark green and some black in there. And I did not want to leave it white. That would be tacky. And I have way too many paints that are almost a perfect match, but not a perfect match. So these are the three that I have been torn by. And I like this one because it's a very close match to that pop of color that's in there. This one, I think I'm not going to use. It's just too, it's too gray. I'm gonna put it up so I don't have to look at it anymore. And then this yarn is a perfect match to this. So I'm torn between these two, and I really don't know. I don't want to do both because this is already going to be busy enough. So I have to decide if I want to. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I think. Yes. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and spray paint. That way I can get that out of the way. I will do the bottom, and I'm going to do the top, just because this is going to cover the most of this bottom portion here. I'll probably cut it off right about there. That way we can pull some of the color from the top down into the bottom, and we'll add on a nice pinstripe here and here. So I'm going to go spray paint, and we'll be back. This is the first time that I've used Magnolia Home Spray, so I'm excited to see how it's going to work. Alrighty, here's our paint. It took a hot minute for it to dry, but most glossy paints do. So it turned out good. I think it's going to look good. Let's trim this. I am going to right there. Put some vinyl down here in the background, so I'm not getting any glitter stuff on here. Here's two more from Glamour Tribe. Wood pattern. Beautiful. And then leopard cowhide. I actually just placed an order and didn't remember I had this one, so now I have two, I suppose. I lost my sheet of vinyl. Pop a little bit of this back or line it up on the tumbler. Double check to make sure this is going to fit. Yes. Oh, quit being so darn difficult. Gosh, that's so pretty. That lined up good. So pretty. And I can very clearly see the line, so I'm not going to stencil this. Tape it off. This would make a really cute pen wrap, so I'm going to keep it. It's perfect for a pen. Let's pull that little strip out from underneath. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So I think this is what I want to do, because it will add some color. It'll lighten this up and add some depth in behind our florals. And this is Fracture from Southern Belle Glitter. And rather than use epoxy to apply this, I'm just going to use some of the full glue. Let's tape off the bottom. I'll just use an extra strip of vinyl that I have laying around. If you don't use your scraps of your removable vinyl, if you don't use the scraps for a project, you can always use it to tape off stuff. Sorry, I hit the... One thing I love about using the full glue as my glitter adhesive is that you can dry it and then add on your glitter. And when you do that, you can seal it in. Once your sealer has dried, then you can immediately go in with your epoxy. So there's no long wait time waiting on your epoxy to dry or your glue. This is dry right away, because you're going to dry it before you add on your glitter. And I'm not too concerned about any streaking or anything under here, because this is a shattered glitter, so it's not going to show any lines. I'm going to put it on a little heavier since the glitter is a little heavy. I'll go wash my brush off, and then we will dry this up. I need to add a little bit more right here. We'll dry this up and add on our glitter. Right, our glue is dry. Super tacky. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little nervous about this. I hope it was the right choice, and it does look really pretty, so hopefully I don't regret it. I'm really dumping this on here too because I want all the smaller pieces to get in there in the gaps. And let's just roll it. Get all that in there. Oh yeah, I like that because it actually brings out that little spot of blue. It does, it brings out the blue a little bit. Now let's flatten this out really, really well. Really working this down into that full glue because I want it to stay. See how flat it got? I want it to stay put to the tumbler. Roll that edge there. Brush off the excess. Pull this off, and then I'm going to spray this twice with Rust-Oleum matte clear coat so we can seal in all that glitter. And then I will give this 2 coats of epoxy. I'll do a light sand in between coats. That way it's smooth on the second coat and ready for our decals. Okay. I'm really glad that we went with the fracture glitter. Oh my gosh, excuse me. My voice is going out on me again. I hadn't spoke this morning. Y'all are the first people that I spoke to since I got up, so I didn't know what my voice sounded like. Not good. Alrighty. I'm going to trim out a little bit closer to these. Matches really good too. How pretty that is. Now it should oh yeah. We did good. It should almost line up perfect. When I, sorry guys, I keep clearing my throat. I hate that noise, but I sound like a squeaky toy. When I create these for Gracefully Created, I size them for a plump at Tipsy Magnolia, because all the plumps, the 24, the 16, and the 32, all of them are the same circumference. So I know a lot of my followers use this cup or these tumbler blanks. So I want to size them with something that at least it would fit near perfect for. Anything else, it will be pretty close. But for the Tipsy Magnolia tumblers, it will, it should fit almost perfect. Now, I heavily sand. I know some people don't sand near as much as I do. But I have a palm sander. And that really helps cut down on the thickness of my tumblers. I don't like really thick ones. So had I put 3 coats of epoxy on top of this glitter, this probably would fit perfect and be seamless. It's not wanting to adjust with me. It's almost going to be there. Almost. trouble with this one going around. No, not yet. Oh, I knew it was going to have problems. I knew it. I'm not pulling this whole thing off. I'm just trying to put some tension on it towards the way I need it to go. And I'm only touching in behind the images themselves. Where is all this dust coming from? I think it's the inside of the cup. Okay. Finally. Lord, that gave me a hard time. Anytime I pop bubbles like this in my vinyl, I don't like to just put a hole right in the middle of a design. I will find like the edge of this flower here. I'm going to go right along the edge of this flower and work that bubble out, because to me, if I puncture the vinyl, I'll be able to see where I did it, and I don't want it to look like there's little bitty holes in my vinyl from where I popped any of those bubbles. Normally I don't get them, but we had to readjust this one quite a few times. So when you do, try to go along the edge of the design, or just a piece of the design that you're not going to be able to see it as much. Let's trim our seam. I'm going to go right down in between the end and the beginning that's underneath. Pull out what's on top and then go underneath here and pull that out as well. All right, let's add on some pinstriping. How about this and this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that works. So this is the orange bubble-free, orange chrome bubble-free TECKWRAPCRAFT. And this, I'm thinking it's the brown textured metallic TECKWRAPCRAFT. I know that's not the gold. Let's get rid of that. I'll put this on the bottom as an offset, and the textured metallic, or the textured chrome metallic. Jesus, what am I talking about? The chrome is going to be on the bottom as an offset, and then our textured vinyl on top. There. I said it. That should be good. Now, most of the Tech Wrap vinyl has a film over top of it. So, especially the chromes, you can see it gets scratched up pretty easy, but they put this film on top of it that you can take off after you trim out your vinyl, or before you put it onto your cutting mat, and that protects it. So you never have to worry about your Tech Wrap vinyl getting scratched up, because they always have this protective layer on top of it. We're going to line everything up right here at the seam so that all of our seams are lining up. Now, normally, before I would add on any chrome vinyl, I would put a layer of epoxy on here so that the indents don't show. And what I'm talking about is this right here. You can see where that floral starts and stops. But since we are layering this vinyl and I'm putting the textured on top, you won't be able to see that. These are cut different sizes. These are probably 0.12 by 11.5 strips. Now see, this is covering that indent right up. When you're applying these vinyls too, try not to pull them like I did this, because what will happen is when you apply your epoxy, sometimes they'll separate from each other at the seam and you'll end up with a little bit of a gap. So try not to put any tension on whenever you're wrapping them around your cups. Look at how nice that looks. Now, no. Yes. Yes. I don't know why I torture myself like this. It looks just fine the way it is, but all means. Listen. Now we need one down here at the bottom. I think she's ready for epoxy. It's beautiful. Okay, I have decided that she is in fact not ready for epoxy because this seam is killing me. It's killing me. It's not lined up perfect at all, and it's giving my OCD some issues. So we're gonna add on a floral. Right there. And then we will kind of balance it out on the other side and add a little bit on the other side. I don't want to cover up this beautiful, beautiful vinyl. That covers up most of it. Don't like the clear going over top of our vinyl, so I'm going to trim this clear off. Every little detail matters, y'all. These little clear pieces wouldn't have laid down flat since our striping is raising the vinyl. So So I'm removing them so it doesn't show after I epoxy. Now, since we did that, we need to add on a little bit on the front. I'm not going to do a ton. That one here. Cringe. And again, we're just going to line this up with the vinyl here at the bottom. Not overlap it. Yeah. Alrighty. We don't need much. I'm actually just going to use this little piece right here. And that will be it. Great. Okay, and now we're ready for epoxy. I already have my epoxy mixed. I have my respirator on because I have mixed part A and part B of a little extra ink epoxy. Yes, it does look like there is a crazy amount of bubbles in here, but that is because I whip my epoxy super duper fast. I do not have time to mix it slow to avoid bubbles. And the great thing about a little extra epoxy is those bubbles naturally just flow to the top since it is a thin viscosity. So that's not even my concern when I'm mixing really fast. Where a thick viscosity epoxy, you'll have to torch more, you'll have to spend more time stirring it up so you can avoid trying to get all those bubbles in there. But not with a little extra. You can see those bubbles are already rising to the top right here. And they'll pop on their own, but we'll speed it up and use a torch once I get this on my turner. And yeah, gorgeous. And that's a wrap, y'all. I freaking love how this tumbler turned out. I hope y'all do too. You'll learn something new. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Super exciting announcement. We are now an ambassador for Glamour Tribe Vinyl. So make sure you take a look at their website. They have some just absolutely stunning vinyl collections, which you will be seeing much more of in upcoming tutorials. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you all so much, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay.